You ready?
Ready, Freddy.
All right. Freddy. We're not using names, remember?
Oh.
Gotta be able to hear out of this here. Do you have like your notes for things you wanted to talk about?
No.
Or you weren't, bro? I'd be a lot more friendly if you were more friendly.
Really?
Mm-hmm. See, I gotta do my new mods. I gotta add them in. AI Jazzy Traffic Pack. What was it? Jazzy Cat version 7.0. That's my new mod. 3. You gotta be quiet. 3, 2, 1, mark. So we are in a rest stop in outside of Abilene, Texas. So we've only got 9 hours to drive because we got to go. Oh, wrong button. So we're in Abilene right there. We got to drive all the way to the end of Texas, which is near El Paso, and then right over the border to the next town in Las Cruces. So it's all highway till we get to our stop.
Wait, so, where's Waco?
Waco. Yeah. Waco. You know what? Waco is not on the map. Because here's Dallas. Here's Dallas. It's south of Dallas. Oh. It goes Waco, Austin, Temple, and then San Antonio. But it goes straight from Dallas to San Antonio. So
that's lame.
It is lame. But this is the fan of the game that created this map. Mm-hmm. When the creators get to making Texas, when they get that far, they'll put more towns and stuff like that. Actually, there's a lot of towns on the north side of Texas.
Yeah, seems like North Texas is very populated.
It's more detailed. Yeah, South Texas is not. But, you know, those guys they work on that kind of stuff. They do it for free, so it's kind of hard to blame them. So welcome to New Mod Monday.
Oh, what's the mod?
We'll get the engine going. We'll get out of this truck stop, and then we'll talk about whatever you want. If you want to talk about the new mod, we can do that. Let's take a picture real quick. There we go. I'm gonna hide. There we go. And I gotta turn the light on so I can see the keyboard. It's like dusk here where we're at filming today, so it's like a little too dark. All right, now we can get in. Let's go. You ready?
Ready.
Yeah. Just a little bit of input there to get it going the right way.
So you picked me up at a truck stop, huh?
You're gonna go there?
Is it because you left me behind at the other truck stop in
we'll just say that you
Montana?
were able to get off work and then you caught up with me while I was on the road. Say you flew into Abilene and you took an Uber to the truck stop because you knew that's where I was at, or the rest stop, whatever. Right?
Right.
So today's New Mod Monday. I actually filmed the first leg of this trip earlier today and forgot that it was a Monday because it's my day off of work. And I realized halfway through that video that I needed to do a New Mod Monday video. Are you kidding me? Every time you come with me on a trip, my steering wheel loses its settings. Ridiculous. Ah, for crying out loud, it's so stupid. I was just saying, this is the steering wheel I use, and for some reason it loses its button mapping. Here we are. Turn signals don't work. No hazards, no turn signals. This is so stupid. I hate the steering wheel. Anyways, what are we talking about?
I don't know.
New Mod Monday. So the new mod today is a traffic pack by Jazzy Cat version 7.0. So we should be seeing a lot more varied cars in traffic. And it might also change the way traffic behaves, because I think that's some of the stuff. I don't know. I've heard some people say that the AI changes in the Chassis Pack mods, but the mod descriptions say it just adds cars. So I don't know. We'll have to see. Someone has got to let us through eventually. Come on, people. 75 miles an hour. Let's go. The steering wheel is really frustrating. I hate that it loses its settings. I was literally playing earlier today. I never turned the computer off even. I just put it to sleep and it lost its settings. So stupid.
Seems stupid.
It does seem very stupid. So, whatever. We'll just get cruising and we can talk about whatever it is you want to talk about. New Mod Monday we talked about. It's a traffic pack. Look for new cars. This is one I'll probably leave in the game just so it has more cars, more varied array of cars that we can see more often. So, what do you want to talk about?
I don't know.
You said that you wanted to have things to talk about the next time we did a video together.
I don't know. Let's talk about looking like Texas. It really does look like Texas.
Well, this does look like West Texas. West Texas looks like this. Remember when we were in Texas traveling on I-35 south from Dallas, there were more hills. Because remember, we were at the, you would be at the top of a hill on the interstate looking down at the horizon, and it was like a big valley until the next hilltop. So it was kind of hilly, and it was more lush. There were more trees. I mean, it wasn't like this. This probably has more to do with the game, this mod designer not wanting to be as detailed on this map, because he was literally creating the entire United States as one mod. So this is probably just the creator kind of saving time, because he wants the roads in here, and he wasn't so concerned about detail in the landscape as he was just getting the roads so that you could drive on them. So I thought of one question. I don't know if it'll get us started on another conversation, but let's say that you had to choose between losing your vision or losing your hearing. Which would you rather lose? And if you choose one, you get to keep the other. So if you had to live the rest of your life with only one of those senses and you were going to lose the other, which would it be? And why?
I think I'd rather lose.
Really? You're not going to say that's like a great question?
It is a good question. I don't know. I think I'd rather lose my hearing though.
You think?
Yeah.
This is something that you have to decide to last the rest of your life, and you're just going to make a decision based on you think.
Well.
So what are the pros and cons of keeping your hearing?
Because you could still communicate via sign language.
If you keep your...
If I keep my vision.
But lose your hearing.
Yeah.
So that's the pro, that you can still communicate?
Yeah.
You could write things down too. I mean, yes, you're right. There are ways to communicate.
Well, like vision, you don't know who like your trust. It's like so much trust that you're communicating with the right person that you need to communicate with.
What?
Like, say you go to the bank and you're blind.
So you think you're talking to the teller, and it's actually a guy that's got you over in the corner of the lobby,
Yeah.
taking your money?
Yeah.
Okay.
So.
Well, I think that losing your sight would be a bigger adjustment. I think you could learn to do those things.
Well, yeah. There's like seeing eye dogs, and there's those.
Well, people say that I've heard before that people that are blind can detect the feel of money and tell the difference in a denomination because of the way it feels.
Your senses go like make up for each other.
Well, yeah, the other ones are supposedly getting stronger.
Right.
And then I saw a documentary once where they said that blind people were used in a study to test echolocation. Do you know what that is?
Hearing.
Basically, it's they had these blind people, and they had put like tennis balls on the top of poles everywhere throughout the room, so that if they made a mistake, they wouldn't get hurt. But there were these blind people who were really good at using echolocation, which was they would like do a clicking noise with their mouth, and they could hear the echo come back from bouncing off of the tennis balls, and they could walk through the room without hitting any of the tennis balls, even though they were blind, because they would make this clicking noise and be able to avoid the tennis balls. I thought that was fascinating. Now, I don't know how long it takes to learn that skill, but it's a pretty good party trick.
Wow.
You could go to a dinner party and be in a room full of people and never like bump into anyone.
So,
Well, assuming that the room was quiet enough. I mean, you could just avoid the voices, right?
but even if you lost your hearing, you could still see if there's an ambulance coming, or you could still kind of drive, I'm sure, just based on.
You think you could drive when you're deaf?
Can't you?
I don't think so.
You don't think so?
I don't think so.
I don't see why not.
Because you're deaf. You can't hear honking. You can't hear tires screeching. You can't hear. You just can't hear. I think hearing is imperative for the driving part. I think it would be easier to get over the hearing loss as far as being able to adjust your life. Because you could walk down the street with your head on a swivel, looking back and forth to see, crosswalk symbols and kids playing and obstacles and stuff like that.
I think when you're deaf, you're uber sensitive to what's around you.
I thought you were going to say something about Uber being available to take you places.
No. Oh, jeez.
I was like, where are you going with this?
No, I think you're, like, you're visually sensing. You.
So, would you say it's easier to get rid of your hearing and keep your sight? Are we both in agreement?
Yeah.
So who do you think would choose to keep their hearing and lose their sight?
What do you mean as a person?
Like what kind of person? What kind of person would choose to keep their hearing? Someone that's already got bad eyesight?
Probably.
Someone that doesn't read that much? Someone that doesn't...
Yeah. Well, you could still read if you're blind. They just...
You gotta learn Braille and all that. I'd rather... If I went blind, I would just give up reading. I would just listen to cassette tapes and all that.
Cassette tapes. Audiobooks.
I meant audiobooks, but the word was the books on tape. Is the way I think of it. Books on tape.
Podcasts.
Yes, podcasts, audiobooks. You can still listen to YouTube. You can still listen to Spotify and all those things.
Yeah, but that gets boring after a while.
Well, that makes it nicer for, I guess, like those Alexas and Google Homes and all those little devices. Probably make it pretty nice for blind people because they could say, set up the lights to turn on and off on their own, even though you're not using them because you're blind, but, to fool burglars or whatever. Also to play music, to turn on and off the TV, turn on and off the radio.
But if you're blind, would you have a TV?
Probably not. I mean, I guess I would still listen to like TV shows and movies. Why not? You can imagine what the stuff looks like.
True.
I think I would still have a TV, even though that doesn't make sense.
I'm sure you have friends that can see.
Well, yeah,
friends.
if you're having people over to watch TV, but
right.
I mean, just for my own enjoyment, I would still watch TV.
Who would
just
clean
to
up
listen.
your house if you were blind?
Or do you mean how would you clean up your house?
How or who would you hire somebody?
Well, I would imagine there's a lot less clutter, so there's some things you could probably do yourself. Right?
Right. Well, after a while, I'm sure you know where things are.
Right.
But
I mean, if you have the means, obviously you could just hire someone, but it's not like you couldn't clean your own kitchen if you were blind. I mean, the rags and the cleaners. I would assume there's got to be a way of telling the cleaners apart just by feel, right?
I
Or
don't know.
smell.
I've never noticed that there's like braille on cleaners. I don't think there is.
No, I mean just the shape of the bottle. You know you're buying Lysol, so you know that shape of the bottle, and you know to use that to clean. Or your Windex might. Plus, I'm sure they smell different. I've never really noticed, but once you spray it, you know if it's right or not because it smells like Lysol or
I don't know.
Windex or whatever.
I think I'd hire somebody to clean my house.
Oh, for crying out loud! Everyone's got to stop and look at the crash on the road. No one can just fly by at 55 miles an hour. Is there another thing up here? Or is that truck just going over there? That truck's just going Okay. Do you have any other questions about would you rather this or that? I did sight versus blind versus deaf.
No. I don't have any other question.
What about those things that you see on like the internet that says, would you be willing to live here if you had to live without like the internet or without a cell phone, something like that? Do you think you could give up technology to have some sweet house somewhere?
Probably, yeah.
So how awful of a house would you be willing to have for free if you had to give up your cell phone and internet to get it?
I think it all depends on location.
Like you wouldn't do it for a junky condo in the middle of
No.
the south side of Chicago or something,
Gosh, no.
right? So would you do it for a one-bedroom cabin in Tennessee, like in the mountains?
No.
It's not really that great, right? You could buy
No.
that and I don't know. I'm kind of drifting away from my old. I mean, I'm assuming that at some point in my life I dreamed of owning a mansion. Now I don't even care about owning a big house or a mansion because I just think about how much it costs to heat and air condition, all that stuff.
Right. Crazy.
So I would rather give up internet and phone to be in a location rather than to have a big fancy house. I think that would be more important to me.
Yeah, location is everything. And it definitely would have to be in a great town, so, you know, you have your groceries, your library, your...
So you're saying you want to be close to things to do.
Yeah.
Well, we were looking at houseboats the other day. What about a cool houseboat? Would you give up a cell phone and internet to live on a really cool houseboat, like docked at a pier, let's say on the coast of California, something like that? Either LA or one of those towns on the coast.
No.
Because there's really no bad towns on the coast, right?
Who wants to live in California? I don't
I don't want to live in California.
Yeah, me neither.
So what about a coastal city in Florida? Still warm.
Same. I hate Florida.
I don't know if houseboats are really known for being on the ocean, so it'd have to be
No.
like
It'd be a lake
a
or...
lake or a river, or like
Yeah.
Kentucky Lake or the Ozarks or something like that. So would you be willing to give up your internet and phone for 5 years to live in a luxury houseboat
Like,
on the water?
what do you mean phone? We just have
You could
landlines?
you could still call people on a landline. You just can't have your cell phone or internet.
Oh, yeah. Do that. It'd be fine.
Yeah. Because then you're swimming every day and kayaking and canoeing and jet skiing. You just focus on different parts of your life, right?
Right.
Anyways. Wow, this is like a desert out here. I wonder if West Texas really looks like this.
Yeah, I don't know. We're not able to go back and see.
Yeah, I never really told anybody that part of our trip.
Huh?
I mentioned that we went to Texas. And none of you really know this because you weren't in the background while I was recording the first leg of this journey earlier today, but Sherry walked in on me while I was recording the first session of this trip, the first leg, and we were driving to Texas. I was talking about the Texas trip where we went for a weekend, and we drove from Dallas to San Antonio and then back to Dallas. You want to tell them about the part that I didn't talk about? The reason we can't go back to Texas anymore? We're not outlaws, but there is a reason that we'll probably avoid Texas for future trips.
Because when we were leaving San Antonio that morning, I got a major anaphylactic allergy reaction. My face and lips started swelling. I had trouble breathing. We just had to stop at like this podunk emergency room in the middle of like this desert kind of area.
It wasn't a
Farming.
desert. It was just in the middle of nowhere. It wasn't a
Middle-
desert.
Well, yeah, farming kind of area. And
I still remember it was called the Hilltop
I don't even.
medical center or something like that, I think.
Crazy emergency center. That there's like.
It's right on I-35, south of Dallas.
We were like the only people there besides the nurse.
Yep.
And the doctor.
Like 2 nurses and a doctor. That was about it.
And the front end clerk was the nurse.
Yeah.
And they like looked at me and I'm like, okay, go back into the room right away.
Well, we stopped before that because we left San Antonio and we were planning on driving all the way to Dallas to catch our airplane.
Oh yeah, we stopped at like a Walgreens.
And we stopped at the Walgreens to get you all the allergy stuff.
Like a Benadryl.
To see
and
if that would
after
work.
like 6 or 8 Benadryl and nothing was working.
You fell asleep, and I said, if she's still swollen up, because her lip was really
My face was blown
swollen.
up.
So you fell asleep, and I said, well, if your lip is still swollen when you wake up, we'll just stop at the nearest hospital. And then it was just a matter of using Waze to find the nearest hospital. And it just so happened when you woke up, we were literally like 5 miles away from a hospital that was like right next to the interstate. So it just kind of worked out. And we stopped and we told the doctor, hey, she's got this issue. We don't know what caused it, but we need to get on an airplane.
Yeah.
So make it go away as fast as possible. And we were only there probably only there an hour and a half.
Yeah, it was bad. I don't think he wanted me to leave, but I left.
Well, he knew. I mean, we weren't like trying to get out of going to the doctor. We just needed to get on a plane
Right.
to get home so that you could go to your own doctor.
He gave me a shot
Shot of something.
of something. I don't even know what it was. I was out of it.
Do you remember that plane ride home though?
Yeah, the plane ride home.
That was the one where we got lucky and got the big seats at the front of the plane.
Yeah, and everybody from the front of the plane kept on staring at me because they would walk in. I was already sitting there.
Yeah, I think that
I
was
was
just
very
you. I think that was you
self-conscious.
being self-conscious.
Yeah.
I don't think they were actually looking at you.
I think I was very self-conscious.
They might have been looking at us like wiping down the seats with Clorox like for 10 minutes before we
right.
took off, but
Yeah, it was crazy. And then got home. I did all this. I kept on having allergy reactions. Like it kept on. Nothing ever got better. So I finally went to an allergist, and they tested me, and I'm officially allergic to environmental trees and weeds and grasses
and dogs
and dogs
and some foods,
yeah,
but they were all mild, relatively mild.
and everything was from Texas. I was
Yeah.
exposed, whatever I was exposed to in Texas, that's what I was allergic to.
I still think that it was some sort of tree, something in the air, because it was February. It was probably when the trees are all blooming,
Pollinating.
yeah, dropping their pollen or whatever. I don't even know how that works, but we're in El Paso. That means we're getting close.
Yeah, so I love Texas. I would
So we
totally
can't go back to
back
Texas.
if I. Well, we can go back. I would just have to like
Be on a regimen of
be on multiple.
what is that stuff you take? The Benadryl? Yeah.
Not Benadryl.
You'd have to be on some sort of
I do.
allergy medicine.
I take a daily allergy medicine.
Do you still?
Yeah.
Like right now?
Yeah.
Oh. Okay.
Because I have allergies. It's like it never stopped. Ever
That one
since
was
then.
weird though because it was so acute, like immediate, like whether it was overnight or just in the morning, something happened.
It was like, what's happening in my face and my throat?
Or it was like a bug bite where it was just something happened and it just blew up. I don't know. It was weird because it didn't happen on the way south. It just happened on the way back home. So
I think it was just the exposure over time.
maybe
Because we did some great things.
that was a fun trip. We did a lot of walking because we stayed right on the river walk in downtown San Antonio.
A lot of walking. That was fun. Yeah. Went to the Alamo, stuff like that. But then we went to Waco too.
And there was a lot of walking, a lot of nature there, not so much walking.
Yeah, we went on.
But we were right there by that river at the bed and breakfast.
We went to a bed and breakfast. That was really nice.
So that might have made it a little bit more.
There's like a ton of trees surrounding that bed and
was a great area, though. I would totally go back there.
Yeah.
So where would you want our next trip to be? Like, we went to Dallas just on a whim because it was the cheapest airfare. Where would you want to go next? If we were going to do a similar trip, like leave on a Friday, be back on a Monday, like what part of the country would you want to go to next?
I don't know, maybe Arizona.
Arizona doesn't excite me, but I would go there to visit.
I would just go to like a all-inclusive resort or just a
I
resort
don't even
area.
know. Do they have all-inclusive resorts in Arizona?
I don't know if it's all-inclusive, but I'm sure they have resorts.
Yeah. Just a resort, yeah, that would be good. I could do that.
And
We've
then
never
just-
done Vegas, though.
And just do some hiking and stuff like that, just exploring.
Arizona has snakes and scorpions and all that stuff.
True.
I don't mind nature here because I know what's out there. I don't know what's out there.
I think those things are more scared of humans than humans are scared of them.
So as long as you walk around with a bell on your neck, you're okay.
Sure.
As long as they don't get scared of
Just
you.
wear bells on your shoes
Why does it have to be on your shoes?
because they jingle in every step.
Oh, every step. Yeah. Okay. Well, I'm not saying we're gonna go to Arizona, but we have some friends that are from Arizona. They could give us some tips on where to go
Yeah.
or where to not go.
Yeah.
I think I'd like to explore the Northeast. Connecticut, Maine, Massachusetts. Or do Vegas. Vegas is good for a weekend. I mean, that's kind of what they're known for.
True. We haven't been there.
So, just to the airport.
Yeah, on a layover.
Not a layover, an emergency landing.
Was it?
Yeah, we weren't supposed to land there. That was an emergency landing.
I don't recall that.
We went on a cruise. It was a February cruise out of LA to Mexico. And when we took off from LA on Monday, there was some sort of problem with the plane, so we had to land in Las Vegas. And then we stayed in the airport, remember? And they offered people a hotel stay until they could find a new plane, and everyone rushed to the counter so they could take advantage of staying in Las Vegas. And we were both like, we got to get back to work. We can't stay in Vegas for
I
an
think
extra
we had
night.
little kids at the time too.
Yeah, we knew we couldn't stay in Vegas. Even as cool as that would have been, neither of our works would have believed if we called in sick because we were stuck in Vegas. So we waited a little bit, and then sure enough, they found another plane and got the rest of us home to Chicago. So we've been to Las Vegas, but only to the airport.
Yeah.
So I'd like to go back. Actually, I have enough friends at my work that have been to Vegas. They could all give us tips on where to stay and where not to stay. Because that's one of those places, Vegas, where you could end up in a bad place. Bad hotel. Probably really easy.
Most definitely.
We're almost at our stop. The next building on the right is our destination.
Wow, that was quick travel.
Yeah, it was only a 9-hour trip. I didn't notice what time we took off in the morning, but here we are. We're getting in sunset, so. I don't think I'm going to be able to get out of the road before that guy. Oh man, do I want to park there? I'm going to have to. Well, at least it's not on this side of the building. Why do I have to back into a dock if I have forklifts on a flatbed? Or lowboy, whatever this is called. It makes no sense.
Because parking is always an issue for you.
Well, only when I have to do this kind of parking. Oh, look at that. It's on the other side of a trailer too. Yowza, this is going to be interesting. You can hear the dogs barking on the outside. That's our stupid dogs. This thing's practically jackknifed. Alright, let's see what we can do here. Okay. I never put it in reverse. Got to kind of watch those pallets on the other side of the trailer, because that's something I could hit if I don't make this turn in time.
You did it.
Can't believe that actually worked. Let me hop out and see how far I am from the back. Boom. That wasn't so bad. Do this. Turn the lights out. Hop out and see if we can take another picture. It's almost too dark for a picture. Picture with that guy just in the corner of it.
Why is a guy sitting there?
I don't know. It's like just an extra thing they put. It's like we could put more pallets, or we could put a guy there having his lunch. So they put a guy there having his lunch. It doesn't matter if you hit them or you like honk your horn right next to them. They never react or move or do anything. They just sit there. So
interesting.
There's the trailer. Nice and delivered. Nice and easy. So how do you like doing these videos with me?
I like it.
You like it?
Yeah.
We were able to think of stuff to talk about. It started with like one question about deaf or blind. And then where did it go? Where to vacation, basically. So deaf or blind, then your allergy mishap, and then where do you want to go next?
Yep.
Where do you want to get sick next? So, all right, that's this trip. We'll upload it. That was New Mod Monday. The new mod is the Jazzy Cat Traffic Pack 7.0. And we were talking so much I wasn't even looking at the new traffic, but that mod adds a bunch of different cars that aren't originally in the game. So we'll leave that one hooked in. You'll be able to see it for the rest of the videos. That'll be it for now. So till next New Mod Monday, or till tomorrow when we do another video. Do you have a goal about how often you want to do a video with me?
I don't know, maybe twice a week?
Yeah, right.
Maybe 3 times?
You've been averaging a little less than once a week. I'd say I've been doing this for about 5 or 6 weeks, and you've only ridden with me maybe 4 times now.
Oh.
So you're like less than once a week. It'd be cool if we could do like just pick a day and then every day.
Okay.
Or every Wednesday or every Saturday.
Next time I'll have a question for you.
That doesn't have anything to do with what I was talking about.
But next time
you'll have a question for me so I can talk?
I'll have a question for you that's more that's deep, and that we could talk about it.
Okay.
Like a marital question or something.
A marital question? Right. Okay. So I'm going to end this video. I got $157,000. I could go hire another driver. But I'm at the point now where I need to buy another garage. I can hire one more driver and then I have to buy a garage. So I'm sitting on $157,000. Do you think the truck, the way it is right there, is something that people could make a connection with? Like when they see the screenshots and the the thumbnail that you click on to watch the video. If this truck was in it like every time, do you think people would make a connection with the truck, or do you think people just don't care about the truck?
I think the truck is pretty boring, so I don't think they would care.
I'm trying to personify the truck, like give it a character. I did name the truck, but I never told anybody that I named the truck.
What did you name the truck?
So I wanted it to start with a V because it's a Volvo. So it was going to be. I talked about the name Vanessa because it was like the first name that popped into my head. Why would you make that face?
That's it.
Because you know Vanessa. The only Vanessa we know, right?
Right.
It's only one Vanessa. And she's a nice person. It's not like she's a horrible person.
Okay.
It's just that when you hear a name and you connect it to a person, and that first thought is like, I don't really want to name a truck after that. But it was the only V name I could think of for a while. But then I thought of another V name, and I'm like, that's my truck's name, like without a doubt.
What?
So can you think of any other V names?
Victor,
No,
Valerie.
it's got to be a girl, not Valerie. I know someone from church named Valerie, and she's nice. Veronica, that's what the truck's name is. Do you know why I would name the truck Veronica?
Why? I know a Veronica.
I don't know any Veronicas. I've never met a Veronica like in person that I know.
Really?
But why do you think I would name the truck Veronica?
I don't know.
You can't think of anybody named Veronica that I would name the truck after? Who's the Veronica you know?
I know one at work.
So I don't know her then.
No.
Okay. So Veronica is the brunette from the Archie comics. Betty and Veronica, remember?
Oh, yeah.
So when I thought of the name Veronica, I'm like, that's my truck's name. I've never actually said that in a video before, but my truck's name is Veronica. And
I think she needs a little bling.
Well, yeah, it's pretty plain right now, so. What kind of bling should I do?
I don't really know, or what your options are either.
There's a 6x400 long. I want to go to a long chassis like this one right here, but it requires that I put a sleeper on my truck, and I don't want to spend all that money. I want to hire drivers before I get a really nice truck. My goal with this profile with the old truck driver guy, is to create a big company, not have a nice truck to drive around.
Well, I think you should create a sleeper on it, and then we could decorate it.
Put a sleeper on it and then decorate it. You know what I was wanting to do? You know what? I don't even know. Let's do the garage manager. I don't know what my trucks look like. Oh, they are dual axle in the back. Okay. So the truck I'm driving is equivalent to the one I give my drivers. I was trying to keep this truck and maybe make people like the truck since I gave it a name and everything. But at the same time, I want to change it so I can say I have the same truck the whole time. So I might just keep this truck and modify it over time
I think that's
so
a
that
good
Veronica
idea.
can stay with me.
That's a good idea.
So I'll end up putting a sleeper on it. I'll lengthen the frame, put bigger gas tanks on it, paint it. So all my company trucks will look like these Volvos over here with these guys, like the truck I'm driving now.
Right.
But my truck, as the owner of the company, will be special and different. So, whatever. That's it for this video. And when will I see you again? When are you going to take a trip with me again?
In a few days.
In a few days. All right. Well, I'm back to work tomorrow, so it's going to have to be at night.
Okay. Well, we're busy tomorrow and Wednesday.
What's tomorrow and Wednesday?
So Thursday.
Thursday? All right. You heard it here, folks. She's coming back on Thursday in 3 days. So check back and see if she holds up her end of the deal, keeps her word. Till next time.
Bye.